face. All the time they wanna take your place, the backstabbers.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning in some places, depending on what side of the earth you on. But guys, it's Wednesday. We back at it again in the basement. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk. We're gonna look at some reaction. We're gonna react to some clips. We're gonna do all that good stuff. We're gonna do it today, right? We're gonna have fun today. Welcome to the basement. If I haven't did that yet, then shame on me. But while you're here, do me a solid. I need for y'all to hit that damn like button. Do me a favor. Hit the
goddamn button.
Yes, sir. Hit that goddamn like button while you're here. I'm not guys gonna at you a lot of super chat, no cash app. I appreciate if you send it. Please believe me, I'm not gonna turn it away. But the most important thing, man, I appreciate you hitting the like button. Let me know you were here, you was here, you watched the show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you definitely do me a favor and leave a comment. I love the engagement. Even if you're here live with me right now, I love the engagement. I like to see what y'all thinking about. You know, I just don't want it to be a one-man band show. It's an interactive show. Let's get interactive. Do that for the brother. But first things first, I need for y'all to hit that goddamn like button, man. Make sure you are subscribed for show. If you ain't, I don't know what you're waiting on. Please don't make me send the sheriff to your door with that court order saying, why ain't you like and subscribe? Do that for the brother. I promise you, I greatly appreciate it. With that being said, man, it's Wednesday. Got a lot going on in the world. I mean, got a lot going on. Look, man, I seen something on earlier, man. I ain't gonna really comment too deep into it. But now they talking about my man. My man didn't pull the trigger. He didn't try to shoot Megan Thee Stallion's big toe off. Might have been another girlfriend. Now, ladies, we know y'all get a little jealous when y'all got to share a man. Did we allow emotions to get the best of us? And for some reason, man decided he gonna take the dive, but then the driver / security team come there, finally decide to speak the truth. Is my man gonna get out of prison for this attempt on this woman's life? I don't know. We'll see. I seen this on TMZ. Last minute I said I'm not gonna really bring it up, bring the video. I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna really comment, but I just seen it. I was just curious. I thought I'd bring it up while we had a moment, right? With that being said, my wife is letting y'all know y'all need to hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. If you know someone who loves good content, make sure you share it with them. Let it be known. I appreciate your support. With that being said, let's get to this first video I want to talk about, man. This first video, this clip I seen on IG. And the thing about the clip, it's so true. So you guys who are parents, right? You guys who are parents, who have kids, maybe young adult kids that may be still living with you, trying to make their way in the world, but just not quite there yet, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to give them a solid, trying to give them a leg up on a situation. Look, we all been there. I was there. I did the same thing. But unfortunately, I had to have the same conversation with my daughter. Now, yesterday we had King Talk, man. We had a great show. I shared with the audience. You know, there was a time, man, I had apologized to my daughter because, you know, learning how to be a parent while being a young adult. I was 20 when my daughter was born. I was 20 years old when my daughter was born. She's now 29. But I was young. I'm learning on the fly. She was my test subject. That sounds crazy, but that's what it was. And I had to apologize. I said I wasn't always the best father. I wasn't able always to provide everything I would like to provide for you then. Well, especially financially, I just didn't have the money. Every piece of money I had, man, was either just trying to make it and pay the child support that I was on. And it wasn't like I was paying a lot. You talking about, geez, 1996? I was paying $20. I mean, not $20, $50 a week, $200 a month, 96. That's what I was paying. Now, of course, over time it went up. Over time it went up for sure. But I'm talking about during that time, it was a lot of money for me because I was just barely holding it down. During the time I was still in school, trying to get my paperwork, and even after school was done, I still wasn't making a lot of money. I was a substitute teacher, doing that, Monday through Friday, and had a second job, a part-time job, doing that too, to try to keep my head above water. Look, I worked a part-time job just to maintain my child support, to make sure my child support was paid, while my first job was just covering the bills. I did this all the way up to about 2005, working two jobs. It wasn't until I got to the current company I'm with now where I got my break. I got my break and started making good money. But before then, it was a challenge. So I wasn't able to always provide everything I wanted. Now, fortunate for her, she was a junior in high school where she was starting to reap the rewards, the financial benefits from it. Now I'm not going to sit there and say I couldn't have birthday parties or get her gifts. No, that wasn't the case. But she didn't get as blessed as my son got, right? He got a little bit more financially blessed because then I was married. Two-income house. Man, we had a glitch for a minute. What was that? I apologize, guys. My stuff froze for a minute, but I'm back. We're not gonna allow this internet to keep a good man down. I'm here. But do me a favor. Let me go and give you a friendly reminder.
Push the goddamn button.
Hit the goddamn button. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. 18 said he was frozen, but you're better now. We in here. Right on. I appreciate that. Thank you, man, for the heads up. But I'm good. I'm here. I don't know what was going on. But back to the story. It wasn't until my daughter's junior year where financially I was coming up. I was making good money. No more second job. It was good. It was eating different. But like I said, like she didn't get the financial benefits that my son was able to get. Okay, we back. We are back. We not going to let this internet thing deter us, bring us down. We're not going to. We're not going to do this. Shame on the internet for acting a goddamn fool. Shame on them. How dare they try to do me like that? Damn you, internet. You ain't shit. But guys, do me a favor. If you just get here, I'm okay with that too.
Push the goddamn button.
Hit the button. Hit the like button, man. You see, I'm struggle streaming right now. But again, I'm here. We're not going to let it happen to us. Let's get back to storytelling. We're not going to let the internet take us down. We are not. I promise you, we're not going to let it take it down. And if it goes down again, y'all be patient with me. I'm not going to let it stop us. We're going to keep this train rolling. The hell with the internet.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the damn button. Struggle streaming, trying to get it together. We're gonna make it work. But I'm here. Like I said, I'm not gonna let it take us down. So we back in it. But with that being said, as a parent who has young adult children, because like I said, my son is currently now 19. Still supporting him, making sure he does what he needs to do. Just the other day, he came over Friday. Or was it Saturday? Oh, I can't remember. I think it's Friday. He was over Friday. I told him, well, he knew I was grilling out for Mother's Day. I told him, don't worry about coming on Sunday. I know it's Mother's Day. Make sure you spend quality time with your moms. I'll see you later. I told him, I'll see you later. You just come through later on, get your plate, and go from there. Look, they still practicing. He's still practicing Monday through Thursday. This week is the last week of classes. No, he's ready to get out for the summer. But he's going to start working. See, my company where has a summer works program for the young kids from 16 to 21. So he's going to do that, make a little money. To save his damn money so he can put in the gas tank so he can give me a break from getting me up every week for gas money. But dealing with a young adult, man, you know, young adult child, you still have to try to do all you can to try to help him out. Now, my daughter is no longer financially under my cup. She got her and a significant other. I ain't got time for that. I don't take her. No. So she's in a different realm now. Now, you know, of course, I blessed her for a birthday, for Christmas, blessed her. You know, all of the, you know, for Mother's Day, her significant other and my my granddaughter came over. I like I said, I grilled out, cooked for the family. So we had a good time. Now, last time I did it, some guns took 2 plates apiece. My son cleared me out and so my daughter. I'm like, hot damn. I said, I ain't got no to-go plates, so y'all eating it here. You ain't taking nothing with you. That's some crazy work, but that's what it is. You're gonna have me out on the grill, and then I ain't gonna have enough for no leftovers for Monday at work. That's some bull. So I had put some restrictions in place. With that being said, we gotta get back. We're gonna get to this video real soon, but do me a favor one more time.
Push the goddamn button.
Hit that damn like button for me, guys. Brother World Class, good to see you here. We don't discriminate over here. We welcome the dark skinned and the light skinned brothers and sisters. Right on. But with that being said, we know as parents the parents who have young adult kids, they still gonna try to find a way to get in your pocket somehow, some way. And so I seen this video. I said, man, we gotta talk about it. This video has to be discussed because it's real life. It's what's really going on. There's some young adult parents. Parents who are dealing with young adults, and they in their late 20s, early 30s. Now I'm thinking by then we ought to have some exit plans in place now. We got to get this together. And I know if you're married, young adult, you got 2 incomes. Why are you still trying to shack up in my house? Can't do that. Now, if you hit on some hard times or you going through some things, a transition, I'll make an exception. But if you're out here just jacking money off on some bullshit, blowing it off on some vices that you may have, blowing off because you lack the knowledge that I poured into you about how to manage your money, yeah, I might have to send your grown ass to a goddamn shelter. I'll just play. I ain't gonna put my grandbaby no shelter. I'm just saying, we gotta do better. I'm just saying. My wife said, "You clown watch." Hey, if you're clown watching, do me a solid.
Push the goddamn button.
Hit that like button for me, brothers, sisters. I promise you I appreciate it. Every last one of you I appreciate it. With that being said, let's get to this first video. Because it's real. Sometimes you got to present it to them, whether they like it or not.
What do you mean we have to pay rent?
I'm sorry. We just need help around here.
You never said nothing about rent before.
Well, now I have to. I need you guys to help out. It's going to be like $800 for each of you.
Each?
Yeah, girl, we pay $2,500 a month for rent here.
So you want me to do rent and a bill?
Well, that will include the bill. So we'll just scratch the bill. So the $800 will include help towards the bill.
Where's all this coming from? Because you never mentioned any of this before.
Well, now that he's here, this is...
This is your house.
Well, he's moving in.
You never had a problem before.
Well,
I just...
now
no.
he's going to be the man of the house.
I'm not paying rent.
No.
I'm not paying rent.
We know.
It's not even your decision. It's his.
You barely know him. He's been here for like 2 months.
This is
And all of a sudden
stupid.
he's moving in, and then you're telling us that we have to pay rent?
Yeah,
800
we're getting
each.
married.
Wow.
This is going to be our house.
Well, he should be bringing some money.
Now, we looking at these young ladies. They look like they may be in their late 20s. And they feeling some type of way. You in your late 20s, and your mom presented to you that she needs some help. She suggests $800 a piece. You little heifers are turning your goddamn nose up at your mom. Now, I don't know how long you've been staying there as young adults. You look like you got real comfortable. You probably been staying there for a while because, like you said, you was paying a bill. And it's probably something like maybe the light bill, maybe a cable bill, a water bill. Nothing major. She said her house payment was $2,500. You wasn't paying that. Just like I had to present to my daughter when she came back. I told her, I said, doesn't matter where you live with me, you live with your mother, live with your grandmother. Wherever you go, you got rules and regulations. I got rules in my home. Your grandmother got rules in her home, and your mama got rules. Now, when you get your own place, you got your own goddamn rules. You could do what you want. You could turn that some bitch up for all I care. Leave every light on in the goddamn house, if that's what you feel, because that's your place. Now, even when you live in that apartment, they still got rules and regulations, so you got to abide by them, just like you have to abide by mine. So, like I presented to, we got an exit plan. You can stay here as long as you need. But there's going to be an exit day where we need to get it together. Another thing is, we're not smoking in my house. We're not doing it. Them left-hand cigarettes, we don't do that shit in my house. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Now, I do partake in the cigars, but I do it outside. I don't do it in my house. I don't disrespect my house like that. I had me a good cigar while I was out there grilling. But I don't smoke in the house. But I presented it to her. I said, if you stay past this time period, then I'm going to have to start charging you $350 a month. You know what happened? By the month of October, she was out. I said, I understand. You don't like my rules and regulations. You don't like the stipulation. I understand. I can respect that. I'm not going to be mad. I understand. So you do what you got to do. And of course, 5 months later, she was getting married. And then she had an apartment. Her and a significant other. But she had to do what she had to do, and I had to do what I had to do. Now, during that time, it was just me and my son. You know what I'm saying? That was it. She had a room downstairs. My son had his room next door to mine. And we lived there. We did what we had to do. But she knows the rules and regulations. You have to present that to them. It hasn't changed since you lived here before. Please don't be all loud. And don't be having all these people at my house. We're not doing that. You're definitely not throwing no party that I don't know about. We're not doing that. But we got the rules and regulations. We got to follow them. You're welcome to stay as long as you feel like you need to. But if you start talking slick, like you adult, like you grown, then I'm going to treat you like I would another adult. And I'm going to put your ass out. Now, some people say, oh, look, I'm going to say it again. You got rules and regulations regardless of where you lay your head at. If you stand with somebody, if you stand with your buddy, and y'all said y'all being roommate, y'all got rules and regulations over there between y'all two, or y'all three, however y'all have the dynamic is set up. You got rules and regulations. It is what it is. Ms. Harmonize, welcome, ma'am. Hopefully all is well with you. But as far as the rules and regulations, you have them regardless of where you lay your head. And you got to respect that. Because like I had to present to my daughter. Let me tell you this. You getting internet, you getting cable service. You using washing facilities. Ain't costing you a thing. You ain't buying no groceries. You ain't paying for no LG&E. You ain't doing none of that. You got a roof over your head. You got built-in child care. I'm picking up my grandbaby when you getting off late, feel like you want to go make it to the daycare before they close. I'm picking her up twice a week. I'm doing all of that. Making sure this thing is good. But you know, with these rules and regulations, you got to respect them. But going back to the video, the missus said, I think the mom is putting a man she's not married to before her children. I do think $800 a piece is a little steep for her kids when she didn't have that agreement before. So let me say this. Me and my wife always don't agree on certain points of view. This is one of them. Now, the part where she's saying putting a man before she's married, okay, I agree with that. I would never put myself before her kids before we marry. But once her name changed to Dorian to Mrs. Hink, Well, then that's when the hierarchy sets in. The category changes, and as far as the order, that changes as well. But we got to also think things happen, right? Life happens. We don't know what happened. Now, she's talking about her new man, who's going to be her husband here. But maybe financially things changed. That's why, like, the economy got worse, like it has now. And so everything has gone up. So now it's forcing you to maybe looking for a little bit more help than you needed before. I'm just saying. My wife said, well, I would not turn our kids away if they needed us, Hank, but would definitely have an exit plan in place for them to get back on their feet and out of the house. I don't think nobody said anything about turning the kids away. But I need to hear it out. Let me say that. Why are you in this situation where I need to financially help you? Why are you in a situation where you're no longer in your place of dwelling? Why did you get evicted? Why is your bills past due? Why is your rent late? We need to redo your budget because whatever budget you got now is not working for you. And so we need to talk about and work on a new budget for you. You're going to try to borrow money? Well, that I don't do. Been there, done that, and got burnt. I don't let no money borrow that I can't afford to lose. That's the motto I live by now. If I let you borrow, I done already chalked it up as a loss and then not get the return back. That's the mindset I take. I already know. But I also know that if you do burn me, you won't never get to borrow no money again. Don't come to me talking about, can I borrow this and that? No, you cannot. Let me help you. Let me remind you why that you're cut off financially. Because remember the last time I let you do this and I didn't see no returns. You told me, because we came up with a game plan, that you was going to pay me back within 3 to 4 months period. I said, okay, no problem. 3 or 4 months down the road, all of a sudden I can't find you. I heard the old cliche, I'll get you a tax time. Tax time come and gone 2 or 3 times. I ain't seen a dime. So now I'm asked out. Now I'm asked out how many dollars I let you borrow. But you keep coming to my spot, eating my food, smiling in my face, asking me for favors. Yet my pocket's a little short. I'm $600 shorter than I was last month. Why? Because I allowed you to borrow and I never got my return. That's a goddamn shame. Very disappointing, but it's happened. I got receipts to prove it. So you live and learn, right? Yes, you do. And the sad part about it is, it's your kids. You don't want to see them without. You don't want to see them short. But even kids got to learn their hard, tough lessons as well. Sometimes you got to let them touch that soul and feel how hard it is. Maybe they need that second-degree burn on them fingers because they didn't pay attention. They didn't listen. Somebody wasn't following directions. And so now you got to suffer the consequence. It's part of it. I gave a lesson to my son. I said, look, son, you make sure you keep that oil change. Make sure you always check them tire pressures. Make sure you keep gas on. Don't let the light come on you, because you don't know if that light gauge is accurate. And if it says you got 20 miles, maybe you only got 10. You know what happens, buddy? You run out of gas, you got to push. You got to take a gas can, make that green mile, walk to the local gas station, then walk back to wherever your car is. That's a tough lesson to learn. I've done that before. I rode on fumes. I know what it feels like. And I'm telling you, don't suffer that same fate that I had to suffer. Now, never did it on the highway. Never did it on a dark road. Nothing like that. But it was on a busy highway. Now, fortunate for me, somebody seen me walking and knew me, took me to the gas station, took me back to my car, boom, bam, boom. Cool. But you're not always going to get lucky like that. You're not always going to get that blessing. So sometimes you might have to make that 4 to 5 mile walk, run, jog, or even crawl. I'm just saying. My man, the actual king, said, same. Burn me once. We all know the saying, shame on me. No, burn me first time, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me. I'm just saying. King said, I don't care who it is. It could be my goddamn mama. She gonna get that no. King out here like Rick James, cold-blooded, sexy. Shout out and RIP to Rick James. God damn. But he's right. Shit, I can't argue. He's right. It is what it is. It is. It is what it is. King, don't laugh. That shit ain't funny. That shit ain't right. Some say, man, you mean, Ink? You ain't no damn good. Speaking of somebody who ain't no damn good, shout out to Big Ant 11 with the $10 super chat. He said, Hink, let me get 500. Man, the price of Kool-Aid has gone up. Well, Big Ant 11 ain't shit. This dude ain't shit. I promise you ain't. Shout out to Big Ant 11 for the $10 super chat. He didn't have to, but he chose to, and I appreciate the blessings. Thank you, sir, for the $10 super chat. And not only that, thank you for your service, my brother. And you too, Brother King. But as far as this situation, like the lady was expressing to her daughters, one's crying, she's emotional, other one got her nose all turned up, mad. She big mad too. Talking about, you ain't ever discussed that, you changed it. Okay, like I said before, things change. And so what she did change, she called her audible. She has every right to. That's her house. You're blessed enough to stay in her house as a young adult. She allowing you to do that and asks you for a little bit of nothing, probably for a certain amount of time. I don't know how long, but I'm sure for a certain amount of time. So with that being said, if she asks you for half on the a portion on the rent, then so be it. Again, I'm saying this again. I'm sure you're not buying no groceries. She took the bills off the table. Said you don't have to pay that bill no more. So now you're getting free lights. Probably refrigerator full of food. Because now she got a husband there with her. So now, it's going to be more food, more bodies. Right? She using the wash and the dry to keep her clothes clean. And let me see this. Mama's probably still washing her clothes herself. Them kids ain't probably washing their own clothes. Mama washing them. Probably folding them and sitting them on the damn bed. Shout out to my wife. That's what she do. That's probably what she's doing. Probably cooking the meals. I'm like, come on down, girls, dinner done. Cooking for them, doing all that. But guess what they doing? Complaining about paying $800. Where are you going to stay? Where are you going to stay in whatever prospective city you live in? You're only going to pay $800 and you got all those amenities. Where are you staying at? You can't even stay on your damn campus for $800 a month and with all those features. You can't. You're not. But she complaining about it. Why? Because now she can't hang out as much. Now she got to cut back going out with her girlfriends maybe. Because that $800 is going to dig into her entertainment time. Maybe she got a new car. She was able to pull up in a new car that she bought. Probably still on her mama's insurance. But go complain about $800 a month. Ladies, let me tell you this. Y'all have no right to complain. I'm speaking to these ladies on the video. You have no room to complain about this. She probably still paying your cell phone bill because y'all on that family plan. Probably bringing all your toiletries being provided for you. Matter of fact, even your sanitary napkins are being taken care of. She buys some for her. She probably buy for all the two daughters. She know what brand, what style and they prefer and all that. Probably doing all that. When they go out to eat, I'm sure she's probably covering the bill. These girls ain't upping no money until they go out with their little girlfriends. Also, now they trying to buy the whole. You know, they buying everybody else or split the bills. Come on, ladies, come on. Come on. Come on, man. I'm just saying, man. So now mama's asking for a little bit of assistance, a little bit of help. She called her audible. For a quarter, she called her audible, and these girls do not like it. Now they feeling some type of way. They feel like it's unfair for you to charge us $800. Even my wife feels like it's a little steep. Even my wife felt like it's a little steep. Here she go. I think the mom is putting a man she's not married to before the church. I don't think $800 a piece is a little steep for her kids when she didn't have that arrangement before. And maybe it is a little steep, but she has every right to ask for that. Brother King said he's about to go live himself. Shout out to you, Brother King, for even stopping by. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, brother. I promise you I do. And again, Brother King, thank you for the heads up last week. I wasn't able to do the pop the balloon like Brother King hit me up on IG, and I seen it too a little earlier. But he hit me up on IG, let me know, hey, they sent out these strikes. I had probably about 10 videos that had cut up or just whole shows I did of it, and hit me with a strike. So definitely thanks to Brother King, man, for the heads up. So I didn't get to do it, and probably more than likely won't be doing no more due to that. Now, if something changes, I'll do it. But if not, I won't be doing no Pop the Balloon review. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm a small channel trying to come up. I'm trying to make it. So shout out to Brother King for that heads up, man. I appreciate you. But as far as that mother, man, look, I don't have no problem with that what that mother did. No problem at all. I think the mother did exactly like every parent should do. Set some type of restrictions and boundaries with your kids, even adult children. Have that conversation. Let them know this is what it is. We got to have an exit plan. We need to see your budget. How you working? What are you? Why are you here? Staying for a little bit of nothing. What are you doing to save your money? And what are you investing your money in? How much are you saving? How much you investing? I need all of that. All of that. I need to know all of that. Well, you prying into the kids' business. I don't care. The kids are in my business because they in my goddamn house. So you have every right to be in a business. If they don't like it, get the fuck out. Now, I hate to be so blunt with it, but that's what it is. If they don't like it, get the fuck out. Go out and get your own place. Do your own goddamn thing. Get your own residence. Get your own apartment. Get your own house. Like I said earlier, do what you want to do. But if you're living with someone else, you got to follow someone else's rules. When you got your own thing, you can do your own thing. I'm just saying, man. Right on, right on, right on. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We got another one here. We definitely got to talk on. And this is crazy. Now I know I'm here on. Right now. I'm on these young people's neck, and that's okay. Sometimes you need the boot to the ass and a foot on the neck. Sometimes they got to get that tough love, right? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you got to fix them, get them together, straighten them out, educate them. Don't let them fall by the wayside with this bullshit ass rhetoric they try to talk about sometimes. That shit come from left field, you know ain't right. So that's part of our job is to give them some type of clarity. And that part of that clarity, giving them clarity, that means maybe redirect them in the right directions. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let them be just spewing off his bullshit and think it's right. Because they will. And they'll take it all the way to the end thinking it's right, but it ain't. So help them out. Educate them. Goddamn, don't let them. I know sometimes we gotta let them fall, but goddamn, don't let them hit the pavement. Maybe tap the pavement, but don't let them smack it. I'm just saying, but with that being said, let's go to the next video.
Working at McDonald's for 30 years is stupid. That's not ambitious. Yeah, all that 401k shit you talking about is stupid. Not wanting more in life is stupid. Y'all whole generation mindset is stupid. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling how it is.
No, that's not the truth. That's your truth.
No, that's the truth.
No,
that's a fact.
No, it's not a fact.
That's a fact.
No, then why don't y'all young people have anything? That's what's confusing me. Like if what you were saying was true, it'd be a lot of y'all youngins that's doing y'all own thing. That's not in the parents' house, but y'all still at the parents' house talking this big shit.
I'm trying to
see what I'm saying? Like,
but I'm trying to tell you,
imagine somebody talking big shit and don't got shit. Like that's crazy to me.
In order for me to go up, we need to be able to stay with y'all, right? Hold up.
God damn. That's the logic of some of these cats out here. That is some of these cats' logic. They think like that, move like, operate like that. What you talking about? Working at McDonald's. Oh, okay, cool. You don't like it, cool. You don't have to. Get another job, find you some work. They're gonna pay you what you think your worth is. But you speaking on the mom why you didn't work. Then why are you staying in my home reaping the benefits of what I did, that 401k and the 457, 450? Well, why are you in my bed? Reaping the benefits of me working the fries at McDonald's for 30 years, as young blood say. Why are you doing that, huh? Always dumb. But guess what? It worked for me and your mama. Shit. He said, that's why we got to stay with y'all. Bullshit. That's the logic, though, for some of them. I ain't gonna say all like that, because they not all like that. But for some, most of them, they move and operate like that. And they think that's how it should go. They want that instant gratification. Microwave society. I should go in there. I shouldn't have to work my way up from the mailroom to the top, to the CEO. They'll hire me a CEO off the rip. I know I ain't got no experience, but that's okay. I'll learn on the fly. That's how I roll. It's not how it works. I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to break the news to you. But like, okay, tell you this. That's not how it works. That's not how it goes. Now, will some people get that opportunity like that fast? It may be. I'm all for nepotism. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm all for giving opportunity to family if I can. But at the same time, I'm not going to also stick my neck out knowing that you are a royal fuck up and think I'm going to put you on. And you're going to ruin my name. So now the next man or the next woman who comes through who's legitimate, they're going to look at me sideways. Man, hold on, man. You brought your cousin here. Cousin ain't do nothing. Cousin was always late, stay hiding, cursing and acting a fool, doing whatever he wanted to do, whenever he wanted to do, didn't want to follow directions. Broke every rule that we had, didn't follow the dress code. No, we can't do this. We got to let your cousin go. And so now his nephew won't come in. He about his business. He doing nephew gonna get side-eyed. I don't know. We gave your cousin a shot, but I don't know if we give nephew a shot because he ain't gonna do but set us back like cuz did. So you got to be leery on who you recommend and who you bring in. I'm just saying. Travel One's over here. I hope she.
Push the goddamn button.
Travel, I hope you push that goddamn button. Make sure you hit that like button, ma'am. Miss Hink said, like, comment, share, subscribe, donate via Cash App. Or you can do the super chat like my man. Big Ann 11 came through with the $10. I appreciate you, brother. Travel One said, Mrs. Hink and Hink, the basement, speeding by to say greetings. To say greetings and have a good evening together. Uh-oh. Hink's thoughts. Travel One, my thoughts are priceless, ma'am. You didn't know this? Shame on you. But one thing I do know, you can hit the like button. You are capable, ma'am. I know you are. I believe in you. I trust you that you're going to do the right thing. I believe that you're going to do it. And you know how I know it? Because this is what you're going to do.
Push the goddamn button.
Travel One is going to do me a solid and hit a like button for me. Ma'am, I appreciate you driving by, flying by. I just passing through. However you come through. Doesn't matter how you get here. Get here if you can. Y'all remember that song? I've been getting by airplane. I don't care how you get here. Get here if you can. Up the hills and mountains. Let me stop. Because, man, I go to one of these karaoke bars, start singing, boy, they're going to be throwing the draws on stage at me. I say, I got a wife. You ladies stand down. We can't do this. I'm a happily married man. I'm picking up the draws doing this. Woo! I'm just playing. Ain't nobody gonna sniff somebody goddamn draws unless they my goddamn wives. Travel One, you ain't shit. If you're gonna take a shot at me, do it via super chat on Cash App. Don't be taking shots at me for free, ma'am. That's just diabolical, and it's unkind. And for the record, I'm good enough to get a contract if I sing. Don't play with me, Travel One.
Lord Jesus.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. She said, I see where I'm going to put the next hickey. And I'm just kidding. Speaking of hickeys, that's crazy. I remember I was at Murray State. And this woman who shall be unnamed gave me a goddamn hickey, and I was so goddamn mad at her. I said, why'd you do that for? I don't play that shit. So now I'm up there wearing collared shirts during the summer. It's just, in fact, I think one day I had a flannel long sleeve shirt on, looking like a goddamn lumberjack out there, a cowboy. My wife said, "You better keep her unnamed too. She will remain nameless." It was something I was very ashamed that I partaked in. I was very disappointed in myself. Charles said, "Enjoy your husband and those trips he promised." Till the next time. Travel one, hopefully you hit the like button before you go, ma'am. Before you fly up out it. Before you fly up out of here,
Push the goddamn button.
make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate that. And for the record, Travel One, we are soon flying out. We start our first trip on June. We'll be in Texarkana, the great state of Texas. Shout out to the state of Texas. We'll be there soon. But as far as what this young man was talking about, he felt like his dad's way is it's not the way. It's not the way of the Jedi. But yet his dad has built something nice. He was able to provide for his son, and maybe his other siblings and his wife. But he felt like that's not good enough for him. I'm just saying. She said, "No, Houston." I know we're going to Houston. I didn't want to divulge of our exact location, but it is what it is. Texas is Texas. The stars are bright, they big at night. Deep in the heart of Texas, that's what we'll be. I'm just saying. And look at this certified hater. You all be ashamed of this.
Push the goddamn button.
Big Ant 11, hopefully you bit the button. I know you're gonna spew this hate. That's your second nature. Like breathing for you. You're gonna do it. But hopefully, with that being said, hopefully you hit that damn like button. Big Ant 11 said, "He's lying." Big Ant 11, what am I lying about? What did I tell a story about? Ain't no lying here, brother. These are facts. I'm just saying. But like I was saying about this young man, look, a lot of these kids don't understand the value of a dollar. They don't. I remember I'm in the stores. They just leave the change. They said, "I don't want to carry the change. I don't want the change." They don't want to carry the change. Change is jingling. They don't like all that change in their pocket. I said, "Man, what?" He left the change in their little dispenser that comes down from the register. You know what your boy did, don't you? I hustle that change up. I said, "Shit, I'll take that." Shit. I ain't gonna, come on now. It all spins. Them quarters, them dimes, them nickels, them pennies add up. Please believe it. I got a crown. I got 2 Crown Royal bags full of them that change. I ain't playing. 2 bags of change in there. Quarters, dime, nickels. I got what is that? Them jugs, them cooler jugs. I got a cooler jug waiting for me to put pennies in. Matter of fact, I'm adding up pennies now. Shit, you gotta do what you gotta do. Look at here. Now, look at here. Sherry Berry, where you been at, ma'am? I ain't seen you in a long time, but it's good to see you. Welcome back. You're always welcome in the basement, ma'am, over here. But they don't appreciate the value. And I'm like, well, hold on. What we doing here? What y'all, what's wrong with this change? They don't deal with coin. They look at it like it's STD, man. They say, wait, man, we ain't messing with that. I'll be damned. Please believe me, I'm hustling that change. I'm getting that money. Just add up for real. Again, like I said, I got 2 Crown Royal bag full of quarters, dimes, and nickels. I ain't let that money slide. I ain't got no problem. I get them Brown Brothers too. I don't let it slide. Pennies add up. They still got value. Now I'm gonna have to put them in a penny roll. Have to get some of them paper rolls from the bank or the store or something, and count them up to a rolls of 50. I'm okay with that. Guess what? They got a new machine now. They got a money counter. You drop the money machine, and it drops them in the little penny rolls or the quarter rolls. They separate them and everything. I ain't got a problem with that. And you know what you do? The place you got your account, you take them to the account. You put them to your savings or something. That shit adds up. These young cats are playing. I ain't got time to be playing. I ain't got time to leave no money on the floor, on the table, on the counter. You crazy to hell. I got to get this bread. I'm just saying. Now, Sherry, bro, you come on now. Come on now. Sherry Berry said, I'm out here shaking my husband down. I'm running my husband's pockets. Give me that change, Negro. I need that money. Sherry Berry, you know you ain't right. She said, I sneak in my husband's change all the time. I got to get me some coffee. Maybe a lottery ticket or something. Sherry Berry out here taking her husband's money, usually for lottery tickets. Boy, you ain't right, Sherry Berry. You know you dead wrong. Let me take that man's money. She said, he made it. I take it. Well, at least you say thank you. Sherry Berry said, at least I tell him thank you after I take his goddamn money. Boy, that's some nasty work, Sherry Berry. He said, I'm over here shaking them down, running them pockets. What you know about that, Hank? Damn, that's crazy. I'm just saying. But yeah, I just, you see stuff like it's like, damn, man, they really don't understand the value of money. Look, I remember, I told the story before. Shout out to Monopoly. I use Monopoly money in order to teach my son value of money, how to count, how to keep up, and how to do what you got to do. And that was, he was in middle school when I first did that. And I went even further then talking about plans on how we're going to do this after high school. What do you want to do? What is your major you want to get into after high school? And how much money you need to have to make it, to maintain a certain lifestyle and do all that. But that's part of the learning process. You got to teach your kids the value of a dollar, because if you don't, they'll never appreciate it. They just think the only thing you do is swipe. I went with my son. I said, boy, I ain't got no money. He said, Daddy, just use your card and swipe. I said, what? He told me that's what we had to talk about, the value of a dollar. That's when that Monopoly money came in handy. We had learned the value of a dollar. Even if you swipe, you still got to pay that back. I said, this boy said, just swipe your card. No, dog, that ain't how it works, dog. It don't just work like that. I mean, it's true. I could just swipe my card, but Eventually, you got to pay the pipe. I'm just saying. Sherry Berry said, "Did you see my son in the draft?" Sherry Berry, I don't know who your son is, ma'am. So you got to explain to me, who am I looking for in the draft? But if you explain to me, I will let you know, yay or nay, I seen him. So Sherry Berry, tell me who your son was, and I'll definitely check him out. His father was so proud. Well, look here, Sherry Berry, I'm proud of him too. And I don't even know the young man. But congratulations for him getting the opportunity. Sherry Berry, hopefully you send and let me know who your son was so we can root him on. She said, I can't. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. I can respect that. We're going to respect that she can't divulge her son's name. But congratulations to Sherry Berry's son. If you're watching this, I know you are, brother. I know you are. You know why I know you are? Because I'm worth watching. Shout out to Sherry Berry's son for being in the draft. And hopefully he does well. Hopefully he makes the team. And hopefully he's successful in everything he does. Right on? Right on. But that being said, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got to watch this next video. Because this next video is very important. This next video, a lot of parents have to deal with, are going through. I'm just saying. With that being said, let's go.
If you have a son who's a fool, you're going to need to teach and love and lead your wife to let him feel the pain of his decisions. Otherwise, he will never become a man who takes responsibility. And we've got an entire generation where boys, young men, are acting like fools, and the mom is there to rescue and save them. And if you're a dad, you're like, no, he needs to be hungry. Then he'll go find a job. Actually, he needs to walk to work, and then he'll stop drinking and driving. He needs to have his girlfriend dump him so that he can get his head on straight. True or false, men? A little bit of pain today can save a lot of pain tomorrow.
Man, let me say that guy, I've seen a couple clips with that guy before. And with that being said, that guy has a lot of good messages. I've seen it a lot on IG and as well as Facebook and a lot of other social media places. But the message that man just shared right there, I definitely think that's very important. Because we all know mothers have a real soft spot for their son, right? They do. And that was one of the things I had to have a conversation with my ex. How she was babying my son, you know, trying to spoil my son and doing this for my son. And I had many times I had to share with her, look, we can't do this. My son is not a daughter. You don't need to always baby him up and pacify him and do all this. He's got to learn. That's why I push so hard to make sure my son stayed majority of the time with me. Because I know if not, that dude's gonna be soft as hell. And you trying to play basketball, you can't be soft and tender-footed and acting like a little bitch boy. That's not gonna fly. Truth be told, you can't do that in life, let alone playing a sport. So when we out working out, doing things, I always share with him, don't tell your mom what we're doing. Not because I didn't want her to know, because I didn't want her to pacify a baby. I'm thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have worked him out. I remember when I first had him cutting grass, he was only 8 years old. Could barely see over that damn lawnmower. I told him, as long as he could see over that lawnmower, that boy could cut that goddamn grass. And when he got big enough to handle the weed eater, he did that too. I allowed him to handle all the yard work. I stopped. Because he was old enough, he was strong enough and big enough, and he knew. I taught him how to do it, how to weed eat, how to cut the yards. He knows how to do it. I don't have to go double check it. I already know he know what to do. I come home, the grass look good. I appreciate it, son. Because I taught him. So with the same thing with what my man was talking about, you have to teach your sons how to be men, because one day that's what they're going to be. And one day I'm not going to be here. He can't always lean to me for whatever he needs. Because like I said, one day I'm not going to be here. And so I need to get him ready for that day when I'm no longer here. Only thing he's going to have is memories of me and memories of the lessons that I taught him. That's what he's going to have to fall back on. And hopefully he retained those lessons that I taught him. And he'll be fine. If not, he's going to suffer. And there's nothing wrong with suffering sometimes. Sometimes we got to take L's as men. And they not lost, those are lessons. I talk about it all the time. Those L's are not for losses, those are lessons. We have to learn lessons as men. That's how we build. That's how we get better. That's how we perfect whatever we try to perfect. That's how we become the best version of ourselves, because we learn through our lessons. If somebody's always there to be our safety net, we'll never learn. We'll never learn how to get up if we don't allow to fall. How can you get up if you're not allowed to fall? If you always have your mother there to be your crutch, to always bail you out, where's the pain at in that? There's not. You know what he's going to be doing every time? Every time he falls, he's going to be looking over his shoulder for mama to come pick him up, or to bail him out, or to kiss his wounds. Because again, unfortunately, there's going to be a day she's not there. Then what? Your wife needs to rely on you as a man. How can you do that and operate and move like that if you didn't learn the lessons prior to getting married? That's part of my job as a father, to teach him that, to learn him that, to help him understand this. That's my job. If he doesn't get it, then I'm not doing my goddamn job. I done failed him as a father. And I don't believe in failing my kids. So you do what you got to do. I tell them all the time, it's tough out here being a black man. It's not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things you can do. Nobody's going to give you any grace. Nobody's going to give you any handouts. Nobody's going to be there to console you. Nobody's there going to be feeling bad for you. You're not going to have those things. Because when you're a black man, they're going to expect you to do it yourself. Get up, pull yourself by the bootstraps, and get it. Now, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with getting assistance when you need assistance. There's nothing wrong with getting information, because, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You need to get that information. Learn as much as you can, retain as much as you can, and then pass that on to your sons or your daughters. But there's going to come a time when I'm no longer around. Then what? Are you putting into practice everything I've taught you? If you did, you'll be good. But if you don't, let me tell you this, you better get your ice pack, because you're going to take a lot of bumps and bruises. Please believe me, I did that. I had to learn the hard way sometimes. It wasn't fun. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't encouraging. It was downright nasty work at times. But you live and you learn, and you keep it pushing. Hopefully you got a good circle of people around you to help you out in the meantime, between time, giving you words of advice, giving you words of encouragement, uplifting you, pouring into you. Make sure you fellas paying attention. Do less talking and a lot more listening, and you'll be fine. Be ready to put that pain in, because ain't nobody gonna give you shit. Your pop, your mamas, your pops, they're gonna be there for you. They're gonna love you to the end, but they also need to allow you to grow. They also need to allow you to take again, like I said, take some bumps and bruises. All the things of a 2 times loser. Try to hold back the weight is on. I think I better let it go. I'm just saying. Teddy told us, looks like another love TKO. Boy, I'm in my karaoke moment. Y'all don't know nothing about that, but that's okay. Do me a favor.
Push the goddamn like button.
Hit that goddamn like button, man. Hit that goddamn like button. Please don't make me send the sheriff to your house so you to hit that like button. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be sending them with that court order saying, hit that damn like button. I appreciate every last one of y'all being here. I promise you I do. I promise you I do. But with that being said, let's go to this next clip for you. Let's go to the next clip. I've seen this clip. Sometime on social media, man, they give you some bad advice. And what this woman was talking about is definitely some bad advice. But with that being said, let's go.
Dating is for non-monogamy. You're not supposed to be committed in this stage. You're not supposed to be loyal in this stage. You're not supposed to be prioritizing that person in this stage. Dating is supposed to be non-monogamous. And when you move to the next level and you ask this person for their hand in marriage, that's when you can get their commitment.
Some people are just dumb, okay? And you're gonna have to learn to stop listening to dumb people because they give dumb advice and you become dumb. Unless you want to become this person sitting in your car with a wig on and a turtleneck and auntie arms. Then you listen.
Auntie wasn't doing nobody no favors with that statement. Talking about don't be committed. Auntie wants you to get on that Cox carousel and have all the men you can. It's okay. It's okay for you to top off every man you come across, have sex with every man you get the opportunity. It's okay. It's okay to have your whole face. It's okay. Ma'am, you did wrong for that. Would you tell your daughter to do these things? Would you tell your niece to do these things? Would you tell your cousins? But you tell the next man or next woman's daughter, do what you want to. Do what you want to. Do it, everyone. Do what you want to. Let's have some fun, yeah. That's what she said. Boy, y'all know that was good. Boy,
Lord Jesus.
y'all know it sound good when I sung that song. Don't play with me. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Why you over laughing and giggling thinking I can't sing? Hit that goddamn like button. Damn it, I'm sick of y'all not hitting that like button for the button. Y'all be ashamed of yourself not hitting that like button. I don't see how y'all sleep at night knowing y'all didn't hit that goddamn like button. Y'all doing me bad. But I'm just saying, man, look. I don't know why she would say something like that and talk about, hey, you should be. No, that's not good. Because what you showing me is that you have a level of consistency, being committed in a committed relationship. But what this woman's telling you, no, do what you want to, girl. You can go out there and do what you want to. Have some fun. Hot girl summer. Do your thing. Don't be committed to him. He ain't married you yet. So you gonna wait till you get married before you? No. What you need to do is be proven that you can be committed. That's what y'all need to be proving to each other. Me as a man, I had to prove it to my wife. My wife had to prove it to me. We're not gonna wait till the day I say I do it. Then all of a sudden she want to be committed, but she was out there sucking and fucking every dude that she came across prior to get my last name. Oh no, hell no, we're not doing that shit. And I promise you, she doesn't feel the same way. She's not gonna feel like, well, Hank, you have every right to go out there and knock down every girl you want to until you say I do. Yeah, nobody going for that. Who gonna go for that? But that's exactly what this tackhead is out there pressing and preaching and professing to other women. You could do it. That's crazy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I would even teach my daughter that. Ain't no way I would teach another young lady that. I would tell her, I think that's what you need to do. Go out there and just get it. Get it in. Because that's exactly what she was preaching. That's a damn shame. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I promise you, I greatly appreciate it. Do that for me. Hit that like button. I got this video right here, man. It's a little long, about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Not that long, but it's a little longer than the normal video that I had. Like the other one's like 43, 30-something seconds and all that. This video is a little longer, but it has a deep message that I definitely want to speak on before we check out today. So with that being said, let's get to the video. Let's go.
To do life. You don't have a mother-in-law issue. You have a wife issue that didn't set expectations. The issue is not the mother-in-law.
Yeah,
that's not the issue. My mom can't come in between us.
Because
if
this
she does,
is the bubble.
Then it's my issue that I haven't checked my mama. So what? It's not that you don't like.
That's good.
The mother-in-law. It's that you don't like the part of your wife that hasn't set a boundary with her family because she's more dependent on that than something in your marriage.
Yeah.
And
what if that is the case? What would you say?
It takes work. It takes counseling. It takes
ownership.
All the counseling that we've gone through to get through this stuff. It takes. You are not allowed to complain about the marriage that you refuse to work on.
Period.
Come on. Period.
Mic drop. Yeah.
And for us, it took work. It took me then going to my family and having a conversation. I'm sorry that I've allowed this to happen.
And I did the same.
And she did it with her. But from now on, I want to let you all know we're not coming to Thanksgiving because I'm setting our own legacy for what God wants to do in our family. And if your mama don't understand that, that's on her. You can't fix her.
No.
She's been the same way for 60 years. She ain't changing.
That ain't gonna change.
Right? But only you can change. And I just think it's so trivial how we set boundaries and everything else.
Yeah.
But then, you know what I'm saying? We don't let another dude talk to.
Let me say this. My man was spot on. My man was spot on. And the crazy thing about it, I experienced that. Prior to me getting married, for Christmas dinner, we used to have it on my aunt's house. Not this past season, but the year before that, before we was married. My fiance at the time. My aunt texted me talking about this time, we have dinner at this time. Could you bring this? Cool. I said, I'm going to bring my fiance. She said no. Now, with that being said, the reasons was really not that important. But that's what she said. And I know the reasons. I share my wife because she has a relationship with my ex. But I shared with my aunt. I said, next year, if my wife can come, because she was gonna be my wife this time next year. Got married on the 31st of August. This time came up after that. My wife can come. I'm not coming. If my wife can't come to for Christmas dinner, because that's what we do, Christmas dinner at our house. My wife can't, I can't. I can't. I won't. I will not. I didn't already share that with my wife knows this. I told my wife, if you're not working, I'm not going. I know it was a tradition for a long time because we used to do it with my great grandmother. I'm gonna be coming. I love my family. I love them. Do anything in the world for them. But what I won't do is put them in front of my wife. So I had to have that tough conversation. If she can't come, I can't come. No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because in my opinion, like my man said, she said a bubble. I'm okay with that. I said it's a circle of two. This is not a square. It's not an octagon. It's not a rectangle. Rectangle. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I pronounce that. None of those things. And so with that being said, no, that we're not going to do that. We're not letting other outside sources interfere with what me and my wife have together. I would discourage and encourage people not to allow outside sources to interfere with your marriage. Because what y'all have between y'all two is y'all two. Not even the kids. Let me say this. Not even the kids have that right to interfere with my wife and I. No, they don't. Now, we'll hear you out. We respect your views and your opinions. We'll take it into consideration. But please believe you this, your opinions will not move our decision. We just listening to you for the kindness of the heart and because we love you and appreciate you. But what you have to say is not going to make the final decision in this house. You know who's going to make that? Me. You know who's going to have an input on that? My wife. We the only two inputs that matter in this home. We the only two decisions that matter in this home. I have to make the final decision. I have to live with it. Win, lose, or draw. Whether we successful in the decision I make or we're unsuccessful. I have to deal with it. I'm not going to tell you I'm always hit a home run because I'm not. I'm going to strike out more than I hit home runs. I can accept that, and so does she. But you know what she does? She trusts me. She believes in me. She has faith in me. And she knows I'm not going to do anything, intentionally, anything to hurt her or this family. I'm going to make decisions that's going to set us up for success, not for failure. I never have. I never will. She doesn't have to worry about that. That doesn't have to be a concern for her. I made a vow to her, and I promise her that. And every day I make sure I live by it. I have made many mistakes in my life. I made many mistakes in my previous marriage. I'm not repeating the same mistakes because I didn't like the outcome. And the person that I hurt didn't deserve that outcome. I'm not going to put that same burden on my wife because you live and learn. So when you got situations like what this man and his wife was talking about, those are real situations. Those are real issues married couples have to deal with. Brother Kasim, glad to see you here today, big brother. Right on. He said, I believe in the same. If we can't come, I won't come 100%. Shout out to Kasim for being here. Right on, big brother. It is what it is. And you know what? We'll start our own tradition. I don't have a problem with it. And none at all. We blesses you with our presence because we are blessing you. But if I can't be there with my significant other, my wife, then we can't be there. If the Hinks can be in the building for the celebration as a collective, then you will not get me as an individual. The last time you got that from me was when I was a single man, or what we consider single, when I was unmarried. Now that I'm a married man, I can't do that no more. Nothing against you, but I can't and I won't do it anymore. It was the last time, your last opportunity for that. From here on out, it's us. As a couple, this is us. This is what you get. Either we both welcome or neither one of us are welcome. That's just the motto I live by. This is just how I move. My wife knows this. That's why she's Mrs. Hink. Because she's okay with it. She signed up for it. She's with that. And I am too. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure y'all.
Push the goddamn button.
Make sure y'all hit the like button while you're here. If you're not hitting the like button, what are you doing for me? You're not doing anything for me. You're doing a disservice for me. You're not treating me right. I feel like you're not welcoming me to the Christmas Day celebration. You're not welcoming me to the cookout because you ain't hit the.
Push the goddamn button.
You ain't hit the goddamn button. And if you ain't hit the goddamn button, shame on you for not doing it. I deserve better. Treat me right. Look, I started singing another song, but somebody said I need to save it for the shower. Somebody told me I need to save my singing for the shower. That's what she said. She said right here. She said, no, sweetheart, don't do no singing. Leave that for the shower. She don't appreciate a great thing in my voice. That's okay. That's okay. We're not going to hold that against her. No, Sherry, she that was just during that time period. She was able to meet my aunt and my grandmother and got introduced to her at my mother's funeral last year. So she got to meet him, and once they met her, they loved her and really enjoyed her presence. So when Christmas came around, well, no big deal. It was all good. But, you know, sometimes when you have situations like that, sometimes family don't want to be open in arms for certain things and certain individuals for whatever reasons. You know, it's a shame because they missed out on the opportunity. A lot of these family members are. They miss out on the opportunity. You never know what type of person you're going to be blessed, the presence you're going to be blessed. You don't know what type of blessings she can bring to you. You know, that's like me saying, oh, I don't go to God. I'm not going to do that. My wife told me she want me to be there for support when we to go to an event, you know. I said, no problem. I mean, I told my wife, I said, middle child had their graduation. That was the last graduation or last ceremony, anything that she would have to go by herself. I said, from here on out, you don't have to worry about that. That would be the last ceremony that she would have to go to by herself. And it was the last one. I'll be there with you. Doesn't matter. As long as I got breath, I got breath in my body, I'm going to be there for you at this ceremony. I will be there. You don't have to face and deal with this by yourself. You have your husband to be there right beside you to support. You don't have to feel it uneasy, uncomfortable, out of place, alone. No, you don't. Nope. That's what I'm here for. So that's one of the reasons why we're going to be down in Houston to celebrate her son's graduation from high school next month. I'm there to support her and him. That's my job. That's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. Just like my man talked about in the video. He supports his wife, his wife supports him. And sometimes you got to have tough conversations with family members. And it may not always go cordial. Sometimes it could get ugly, downright nasty. But as a man, you have to do these things. You have to set the precedents. You have to set the standards and stick to them. Don't waver from them. I've seen this stuff too many times. You do talk about what you want, but you don't set the standards. You don't set your standards. Or you move and waver off your standards. You let shit fly. You let shit slide. You can't do that. You got to be a man of your word. And if your word is your word, then you got to stand by it. Despite of how popular or unpopular it may be. No matter who agrees or disagrees with you. It is what it is. Guys, with that being said, man, I appreciate every last one of you being here. If you're going to watch it on replay, I need for y'all to
Push the goddamn button.
If you are watching it live right now with me, I need you to
Push the goddamn button.
make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And guys, if you know somebody who loves this type of entertainment, who loves watching and reacting to certain things on social media or what have you, make sure they subscribe to. Make sure you share it with them. If you got friends and family, loved ones who like sports, because we talk sports over here on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We do sports too as well. Make sure you like and share and subscribe. Make sure you do that. Make sure you share with your loved ones, your family, even your mother-in-law. I'm just saying. Make sure you do that. But with that being said, guys, I appreciate every last one of you being here. I appreciate you, every last one of you rocking out with me. Until the next time, right on.